This spring break in Iceland was only 9 days, but over the 9 days, I learned about myself, a new culture, a new city, and new friends. From the first time I stepped off the plane, I was taken aback by the natural beauty of Iceland. The waterfalls, lava fields, lakes, and volcanoes come together to create views unlike any other in the world. Even in the city, the constant backdrop of the mountains and ocean leave no room for Icelanders to forget how beautiful their country is. This nature inspires and excites and allows Icelanders to remember what is truly important in life. Often in cities, it is easy to get caught up in the hustle of life, and while I did get distracted at all the restaurants, stores, and hidden gems around the city of Reykjavik, the permanent presence of the ocean and towering mountains always recentered me. This attitude and appreciation for nature can be seen in the innovative ways that Iceland is using renewables to cut back on carbon emissions to protect their environment. At the Svensgeti power plant, we saw how HS Orka not only uses geothermal energy to help power and heat Iceland, but how they have also used innovation to turn their wastewater into the Blue Lagoon, which has become a tourist attraction famous around the world. Floating in the Blue Lagoon, surrounded by the lava rock and howling wind, it is powerful to think of all the different ideas, conversations, and people that needed to come together to create such an innovative attraction. Part of Iceland's appreciation for nature is seen in the way Icelanders find ways to spend time outside, even in Iceland's unpredictable and uncontrollable weather. When talking with locals, many said that the best way to know Iceland was to go outside in nature, as this was the only true way to understand the country that they live in. Another unique feature I noticed in Iceland was the spaces for open communication between the locals. One place I saw this was in Lagerslag, a public pool where Icelanders of all ages will gather to discuss and socialize. Everyone from strangers to friends will strike up a conversation while in the hot tub. This space for communication allows for new connections to form and creativity to blossom. The chatter around cafes, restaurants, and the streets of Reykjavik are filled with hidden bubbles of innovation waiting to burst. In just 9 days, Iceland started to have an effect on me. Driving around outside of the city, I saw landscapes and geographical features I had only ever dreamed about. The beauty of Iceland is breathtaking and caused me to take a step back from my busy life and be present in the moment. Iceland's importance of communication came through in the way I was able to talk with Icelanders and communicate interculturally and learn something about them and myself. Not only did this inspire me in Iceland, but I was also able to communicate and actually get to know the others on the trip instead of assuming I knew them after one quick conversation. Instead of complaining about the hail, wind, and mile-long walks to and from supposedly close cafes, I took the chance to look around and actually look at the landscapes I was walking around, and to actually talk with others on the trip. While at first glance, we probably looked like a quirky group of lost tourists trudging on the side of the road in Reykjavik, we really were a family, taking in everything Iceland has to offer. Coming home, I have been thinking a lot about a quote I heard once. I'm not sure what the secret to happiness is, but I'm pretty sure it starts when you go outside. Now that I'm back in Minneapolis, I hope to incorporate this lesson from Iceland into my everyday life. While I was only in Iceland for 9 days, I found a love for the city of Reykjavik, the country of Iceland, the experiences I gained from this class, and for the others on this trip.